And there do not go the mother effing lights. I hope that's good enough confirmation. Hello. I felt very compelled for some reason to share for the first time in my life my very first story of being a human. The very first experience that I had that is recorded in my mind. I was about 3 years old. It could have been 2.5, could have been 3, could have been 3.5, but it certainly couldn't have been any more than that. I think I was small. I think my mom was surprised that I recalled this because I think it was closer to 2.5 than 3. And the experience goes unabridged like this. I remember a guy walking into our apartment. It was in Brighton, Colorado, where we lived at the time. We lived first in Denver, and then from Denver we moved out to Brighton. And then from Brighton we ended up moving back to southwest Minnesota. We went to Minneota and bought a bar. My dad did. But, oh no, I'm sorry. Via Brighton, we went to Council Bluffs. And we lived there moved around 2-3 times within Council Bluffs area, Omaha area. And then wound our way up to southwest Minnesota. And the story continues from there with people I know here on humans I actually know. Even if I haven't spoke to them in 20, 30 years, 40 years, doesn't matter. My time lineage with a human doesn't change whether it's been a day since we spoke or 20 years since we spoke. All the spirit and love is always there. And I don't stalk people. I don't go online to look at what people are doing. I guess that doesn't make sense. I always think that their life that they post is private, you know. I think everybody posts like, well, I hope this person doesn't look at it. I hope this person doesn't stalk me. You know, we all kind of got that, but that's our own individual little quirks, you know. God made us in the likeness of him, and I am a God. And you are a God. And you need to wake up and realize that. He made us in the likeness of him. We are not the Almighty God. Here's my story. We're in an apartment, and this guy walks in, knows my dad, knows my mom, is welcomed into the apartment, walks over, BS's with my mom on his way over to me, grabs me by my leg, it was my left leg, and walks over, opens up he's just got me by one hand. He's a big guy. I'm a little 2.5-year-old. Flips me upside down, walks me over to opening this big window, kind of like out to the deck. What would you call that? You know, a big piece of glass that slides. Opens that up, opens the screen up, walks out to the deck and dangles me over the edge of what I believe to be either a 6 or 8 story building, and we were on the top floor. And he's shaking me. He's dangling me. And I imagine looking upside down at this moment. Just close your eyes and imagine dangling over this thing, and you're such a little person. And first thought that really comes to your mind as a human is, I'm going to die. That was my very first thought as a human, was I'm going to die. I didn't even know to think today's the day, but I actually think I felt like today's the day. Today's the day. It all ends here. I have a big mom, I have a big dad, I have a sister, but today it's going to end for me. Today's my final day. And I didn't even grasp the concept of life at that point. I didn't have any concepts or belief systems. I was still in early development. But that thought changed me immediately at that point. I thought I was a young dead man. And I just think it's, without swearing, I think it's crazy. How this ended up going down was, maybe this will come out someday. My dad did work for people. And this came with large influx of cash flow via briefcases. Sometimes brown bags, some brown paper bags. Sometimes it didn't matter, but if it was large enough, it came in briefcases. And he did work. And there's a word that goes before the word work. I'll let you draw that conclusion. Maybe if I tell enough stories, it will just make common sense. And they were supposed to meet up somewhere, and their rendezvous points were off. My dad was at one place. This guy was at another place. This was back in the 70s. So get texting or cell phone out of your head. You're just waiting for your partner. Your partner never comes, never comes, never comes. So one of those partners thought my dad was bailing, and that we were going to do what we have done most of our life, which was leave with the clothing that we have on us. Maybe that story will come out someday. I can tell you that I told this, not only, I didn't tell this story, I told a couple stories to Mary Lou Retton. I'm not going to tell you how I met her, when I met her, how the situation went down, if we broke bread or not. And none of that's important and none of that matters. But at some point in my life, she said that I should go speak to troubled youth. Without a doubt, she says, you need to go speak to inner city or outer city troubled youth. She says, because what you've experienced in your life is crazy. She said, not only is that abnormal, I mean, I just told her 2 stories. I'm sorry. I got all the stories in my head. All the stories in my head. I don't know how to get them out. I don't know how to, other than to just speak the truth and speak them on video and have it just be documented. I think maybe that's the best way. It was mentioned, write a book. I said people don't read books. Maybe people do read books. But I don't know if there's any value in doing that. And by value, I do not mean the dollar bill. I mean, I don't know if it will benefit me to put everything. I mean, it would have to be bridged, because I cannot put down everything I know. That is the truth. I can tell you ugly shit, but I can't tell you everything I know. Wow. What a life. What a crazy, freaking, and think of the other word, freaking life. Bam.